history books, as will that lineup. It'll also be noted in those history books that they lost to Into the Breach at the last ever CSGO major. Thomas is with us now, and I have to ask Thomas, I have some spies running around, and they told me that after that first map when you lost, there was a rousing speech that happened, but no one could quite hear the words. So I want to know, what exactly did you say to the other players?
You know, the boys were down, you know, just pumped them up a lot, told them that, you know, we're here, you know, we have to play with everything we have, you know, our hearts, you know, it was quite scary, to be honest, you know, witnessing, you know, the downfall almost. So, like, I just gave every last bit of energy I had to motivate my boys because, you know, they can play great, but if they're not mentally there, we're not going to win. So, yeah.
You should charge people, because I'm told that they were very depressed, and when they walked out of that room, it was like a different team. So maybe consider when you retire.
Ready for war.
You're ready for war.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about this matchup in particular? When you saw you had Fnatic against you in the server, you're saying something off camera a little bit, that it was kind of like with friends, essentially, or what?
Yeah, like, so, you know, some of the guys from Fnatic and us, we've played with each other. You know, it's not like a grudge match, but it's just playing with friends, playing against friends. And when momentum starts, anything can happen, right? And especially when you're like, I can't be losing to this guy. You know, these guys are definitely like, Jesus, we're going to lose to a UK team. Like, I think a lot of teams here have been thinking about that. But yeah, UKCS might be back. God save the king so far.
Yeah, you've been doing fantastic. We also spoke about it off camera, Thomas, the fact that your route into the playoff haven't been easy. You beat outsiders or VP in the qualifier getting here. You almost dismantled them in a way that make them make a roster change mid-tournament, so credit for that one. And you haven't had an easy route. You beat ENCE, you beat FaZe, now you beat Fnatic in a best of 3. You're very humble about it, but don't you think you're getting to a point now where we can actually expect more from you guys? You're top 8 at the last major ever, and you're playing well.
I think every team here is unbelievable. I think people underestimate the tier 2 teams, but, you know, I still view us as a massive underdog. We're just going to try our best, you know, like playing the arena now. Whoever we get, we're going to try with all of our heart. I can't promise anything, but to be honest, for us, we've already made history. You know, like UKCS, yes, we've been lacking, but we're actually in the major, you know, in the top 8. It's wild to me, you know.
How does it make you feel like? Because you're not wrong when you say that UKCS have been, shit for the vast majority of the past, 5 or 6 years. But the way you're playing now, how does it make you feel? You're finally on the cards, right, and at the last major ever.
CS2 is going to look bright for UKCS, I think, and I hope. Yeah, I really hope the local scene will be developed a lot more now. A lot of funding in the scene for everyone. And yeah, I just hope that the boys can come out on top.
I have one question more on the tactical side, because you guys play some really interesting CS. You guys go really aggressive.
Not strat roulette, by the way. Not strat roulette.
Not quite. Not quite. But you guys do a lot of aggressive stuff very frequently. And I think when I'm comparing tier 1 versus tier 2 teams, it seems like the tier 2 teams have seemingly just deeper playbooks. You're not necessarily defaulting as much. You're doing a lot more that it seems like you guys have prepared. What do you think that kind of like difference between tier 1 and tier 2 is?
Look, the premise of the entire thing right now for us is the fact that we've been a team for 3 months. Like, half of that time, we've literally only been playing officials, like HLTV, CCTs and stuff. Our strat book isn't as in-depth, but like, we utilize our rounds correctly. We're able to like break momentum and start our own momentums up. You know, like, we're dealing with what we have right now, and I think utilizing your players, especially like when you're on IGL, you just have to trust them, and that's what I do. And you know, the boys they're carrying me through while I'm clawing around.
Only fair to say that individually speaking, you've had a good tournament as well. As an in-game leader, you've been one of the best fraggers in the tournament as well. So again, don't be so humble.
You know, it is what it is.
I want to know how much of a role Juve plays in this, because I know Sponge and Machine were talking about it on the cast. This 20-year-old, not necessarily a hardcore CS player, but like the puzzle maker, if you like.
Who?
Your coach.
The coach.
Oh, Juve. Yeah, Juve does an absolutely great job. He does all the anti-strat, the analysis before for our pre-games. And I think the game plans that we have been able to utilize here is a big reason why we've succeeded. And, you know, we utilize our rounds. Yes, it may look like sometimes strat roulette, but you can't play tier 1 CS when you haven't sometimes got the tier 1 players. So you've got to change it up. And I think that's the reason why a lot of tier 1 teams are getting like very thrown around. And it's crazy, yes, but at the same time, you have to change. You can't play their CS because you're just going to lose. So yeah, that's what we're doing.
Makes sense.
Final question. The dream is alive. You're going to the arena. Which team are you the most excited to play against?
Who's in it? Oh, FaZe, yeah. FaZe. Yeah, FaZe. Nah, I just watched their amazing comeback. Nah, that was insane. That really pumped all of us guys up.
There we go. We're putting the teams up for you. Thomas, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Wait. One more. Just for all the Brits out there, though, is it coming home?
It's fucking coming home.
There we go.
There we go. Yes.
Oh, we had to get that one.
Thank you.
I mean, it's